but it's a real fucking movement happening right now in Niger. You heard about this coup?
Oh yeah, I heard about this. This is first of all, you don't hear about Niger a lot at all. Like
Right,
you hear about Nigeria,
right, right,
you
right.
know, you don't hear about Niger at all. And I remember just being a kid, like looking at Niger on the map, like, is that saying nigger? Like when you saw that,
No, real
as
talk,
a
real
kid,
talk.
you like, oh, you like, damn, there's a country named nigger, and so Niger was always one of those countries that Africa that stood out because just of
Because
his
yeah,
name.
yeah, how Americans see that word, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's not even spelt the same way, but it's the closest
No,
to it.
I definitely feel you, nigga. I look when I was a kid looking at that, I was like, huh? Can we say that, man?
Yeah, yeah. Is this real? What's going on here? So
Mm-hmm.
so what's happening right now is looks like that there's been a coup. When if you don't know what a coup is basically
Cool.
that the coup, the military has taken over the country. They want the president out. They want the whole Congress and all the people that makes the laws kicked out of this country. They feel like there's a lot of um, what is the word, Tom? I can't even think of it right now. I'm losing my place here.
I think they just want the white man out, bro. I think they're just over it. You know
Well,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Speaking about that, it is the leader is the white man who's the biggest influence, which is France. France right now is what the people that hold the government over Niger, and they've been doing this for years. They like to colonize countries. So one of the countries that they colonize, Niger's over this shit. They're basically saying,
Not
"Hey, look,
only that they're over it, they also get backing from Russia. Russia is supporting them clearly. Russia and China are killing the game globally right now. They are taking over territories. They are making partnerships. They are, at least for the optics of it, treating countries and leaders and people more fair than the old regime, which is the Americas and
yeah,
the Europe. You know what I mean? So they're coming, they're investing, they're offering military support. Clearly, because when this happened, the people were chanting, they were celebrating this coup, were chanting "Long live Russia." So they know there's some backing there from that country. But I think it's beautiful to see an African country, kick out their European leaders. We'll see. They're one of the biggest importers of uranium. You know what I mean? They say 1 in 3 some shit in France.
don't you love our stats? Hey, our stats are
I
amazing,
know,
right?
right? We're
Like
so
some shit.
well studied, y'all. 1 in 3 some shit. In
Do
France
your research. Do
uses
your
uses
research.
uranium from Niger. So there's going to be some pushback. America
Well,
has already
can I
threatened
ask you a
to
question,
stop
Tone?
aid. What?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you mentioned like they've kicking out their European leaders, but who did they go to? It's still the pale face man.
Oh, facts.
you know,
No, yeah, yeah,
at the
facts,
end of the
facts, facts,
day,
facts.
they're going to the pale face man because they're supporting. And this is where I look at China and Russia picking out the low hanging fruit. They're looking at all the countries around the world that the United States is basically like sticking their nose up at or giving them the least amount of like assistance possible. And they're coming in and they're just matching that by a little bit. And they're saying, hey, we got your back. Look what they're doing and look what we can do for you. And they're taking advantage of just the small amount of aid that we're giving them and probably doubling or tripling it because it's so little. And it makes them feel
Smart.
like smart
It's a
move.
smart, it's a smart move, nigga. We moving into World War III. Niggas is trying to get allies. Niggas is understanding that it's not, bro. We
Resources.
in 2023. Even the poorest, of poor countries got some proximity to the internet, some proximity to technology, some proximity to books and kids. You've seen videos all the time where kids in Africa doing all kind of creative things, how they making movies and creating technology from the most simple things. These niggas is not dumb. These niggas are just they're raped of their resources and they're being taken advantage of. So I'm for the
And
coup, bro. I'm for
I'm
it.
for it too. And if you think about this, France has if they're colonizing countries, right? What they do is they're showing their influence on countries, and they have a history throughout. I'm not a historian, but throughout history, this is what France does. Like they riot, they protest, they fight for how they believe where their values lie at. And so, in this particular situation, Niger's just doing what the culture of France has always done. They're over the bullshit. They're rioting. They're protesting. They're starting the coup because they know that what France is doing is completely unfair. They're taking advantage. They're robbing this country for their resources, and then they're leaving them in a state where they're still poor. You know, if you have multiple resources like this should be some type of investment going back into these countries, getting them, in a situation where they have better schools, better foundations when it comes to, roads and bridges, all this stuff. Even get the corruption stopped at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get the corruption stopped. It's going to take a while for things like that to happen, globally and these kind of countries. Even with countries like Europe, not Europe, Russia and China coming in to show support. If you see, look, nigga, they protest and they burning cars. They so these people. I like this quote. They say, "We have uranium, diamonds, gold, oil, and we live like slaves. We don't need the French to keep us safe." It just shows, like you said, man, they're going from one external support to the next one. It is still a white man, but it's somewhat of a win. So I'm cheering for him. I'm happy for him. Shout out to Niger. Shout out to black people across the world, fighting back. And yeah, man, I love to see it, dude.
Yeah.
That I don't broadcast. Losers can't relate. Yeah, I talk shit just like a podcast.